Hey, what it do, peoples? Today I decided to go ahead and just do a video. This is gonna be my very first time making a YouTube video, but I just feel like I just want to drop just drop my 2 cents on about what's been happening recently. As in, I'm down here in Dallas. Many of y'all already know what took place down here in Dallas. 5 officers lost their lives. Some dude gunned them down during a peaceful protest rally. Um, Nonetheless, it happened, and it's sad that it happened. Um, my heart goes out to the families of those officers who lost their lives, and I also have empathy for the dude who committed the action. I do have empathy for him because there's no question that he went to he met his boiling point. He touched that peak to where he had to blow out steam. It was very destructive in the way he did it, and it was meaningless in the way he did it. But nonetheless, he did it. Not surprised that it happened. In fact, long overdue. I say that because over just in the last 5 years, okay, we can go in centuries and reiterate and replay, should I say, and replay all of these things that's been happening. It's nothing new that there's police brutality. That's nothing new. We know that police officers are just humans, just like us, and they have problems at home and they deal with stuff on personal levels. And just like many of us that wake up and we go to work and we're still carrying baggage of our personal lives and we bring that into the workplace. Officers do the same thing. They're humans. These guys aren't exempt of being a human. So they're emotional. And some of them just have baggages and they let it out on the community. A specific type of community, as it's keep replaying itself. Um, but nonetheless, I do have empathy for the dude who shot those officers. I know many of y'all feel like, how could I? How could you? Well, just as everyone right now want to point the blame at Black Lives Matter. Oh, these let's label them a hate group. Wow. Oh no, all lives matter. Bitch, that's common sense, dumb motherfucker. But no, I'm just being serious. I mean, if you have to really just if you're that slow, this video really ain't for you. You're just a slow motherfucker, then you really ain't gonna be able to keep up with what I'm saying. You're just gonna be behind. But that just if you get lost, that means you're just slow. You might have to play this video back a couple of thousand times before the light bulb goes off. But nonetheless, I'm going to just say what it is that I feel. And I don't give a damn about what you think, but I'm going to say it. First Amendment, freedom of speech. Trust me, I use this freedom of speech with officers all the time, and I get up under that skin because I know they're humans, man. They're human beings. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look up to officers, period. I'll be honest with you. I don't look at them as being some special elite force of mankind, of being able to control emotions and make great judgment. No, history has shown us that officers do not make good judgment. um, so let's not act as though like these people are special men and women. No, they're just men and women in a polyester ass uniform wearing a tin ass badge. That means nothing to me. You have no authority over me. I know you want to rule. I know you want to flex your authority over me. I know deep down in your belly, in your gut, you're like, I'm a police officer. You respect me. You do what I say. You be the first motherfucker that I know for a fact. The moment you go reach for your pistol or something, I'm going to struggle with you and I'm going to hope to pull a bullet in your head. Because, like I said, you just a man. Because if my words are if my words alone can ruffle you up and get you out of your place, you're just a man, an animal, a beast. So elite, special. You're not a special person to the point where you can't overcome words. I know words can cut hard, indeed, especially when someone's poking at you in such a way. But nonetheless, get to the subject at hand. Um, yeah, I do have empathy for the dude who committed that act. But most importantly, the officers who lost their lives, their blood is also on the hands of justice. Justice plays a bigger factor than the guy who actually killed those 5 officers. And I'm going to kind of try to bring it into perspective if I can. Um, Let me just say this. People don't wake up hating officers. We're not born in the world just hating officers. And right now, I feel like I'm challenging somebody's thought that's like, yeah, I do. And I know you're a hater. I know you're a racist. But I don't give a shit. I already know where you're destined to be. I already know where you're going when your time is up. So I really don't entertain y'all. But anyhow, justice holds just as much fault, if not more so, for those 5 officers who lost their lives. Again, I don't condone it. I'm not part of no Black Lives Movement. I'm not part of no movement because I don't really resonate with many civilians or people, just human beings. Period. I don't really resonate with y'all thinking pattern. I'll be honest with you. For the most part, I look at most humans as just being animals. Y'all do a bunch of animalistic ass shit. So I honestly don't really classify myself as being one of you. What does that mean? It just means that I'm just not feeling it, period. We're not on the same wavelength, so I don't rock with you. But the reason why I say justice has share the blame, and if not more, is because of their history of getting justice wrong. When you have incidents with just the last past 5 years with Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, now these 2 people, and many others in between that, who have lost their lives to police officers, the one who is supposed to protect and serve us. End up taking the lives of innocent people. Innocent people. I don't care what you think of them. I really don't care about their past history. They may have been criminals in the past, but at the time when you encounter them, that's all that matters. I'm not talking about their history. I'm just talking about right at the moment when you encounter them. They were innocent, and their lives did not deserve to be taken. They didn't. They don't deserve to lose their lives in that sense. Now I get it that you officers do put your lives on the line, so I do put myself in your shoes. I know that your job is very complicated, but you signed up for that job, and that job requires a special type of person, a person who can connect with all people of all walk of life. You can't be biased. You can't bring that bullshit to that particular job. You have to be a universal man or a universal woman to be a police officer. And if you don't have a universal mind frame, meaning that if your thought, if you believe that America is the biggest, is your whole world, you don't believe. I don't think you deserve to be a police officer because I believe honestly you have to have a universal mind to be a police officer. Because with a universal mind, then you will be able to universally connect with everyone of all walks of life because you're dealing with a community. And in communities, you have many walks of life, many belief systems, many. So you have to be a person of many. But clearly, these people who shot these brothers were not universal thinkers. They were very small-minded thinking people, very small, and to the point where, I mean, it's just like just put it out there. I mean, they take innocent people's lives because they have a small mind, you know. But I say that the justice is blamed for this because all you have to do is just get it right. When a, but and what I mean by getting it right, when you have one of your officers commit an act of murder, of injustice, do not protect that officer, because by protecting the officer, you lose the community. You don't think that you do, because I understand the facade, the veneer you have to put out there, because you have to market it. You have to make police officers, you got to dress them up as being righteous men and women, um, out in the fields, protecting, serving, the honorable. Blah, blah, blah. They're humans. They're flawed, like everybody else, myself included. So let's not sugarcoat and put the bullshit out there as if these officers are perfect beings. They will make mistakes, inevitably. But when they do, you punish them accordingly. Do not sweep that shit under the rug. Do not talk about, oh, he's paid leave. I kill a person and I sit at home, watch TV, and get paid for the shit. That's not a punishment. That's a vacation. That's a fucking vacation. That's like my job telling me you're suspended, but we still gonna pay you money. Okay. I sit at home, I chill, and I get. That's a fucking vacation, dude. I don't give a damn. That's a vacation. So you can let. So that's kind of how some of us can see that. Officer make a mistake and he get paid. He take a paid vacation, not punished. So this is why I say justice is blamed, because they don't punish their own. They're quick to punish civilians. You know what I'm saying? They quick to punish them, enforce the law to them, but they're not quick to enforce the law on their own when their own step out of the code of the law. So if you break the code, you get punished. Period. So because you fail to punish your own, society decided to punish them for you. That's why I say that justice takes equal blame for those 5 officers, because you blatantly refuses to punish your own. You protect your own, and we civilians in society see this. We notice this. We know this. So regardless of what you say, all police officers, they do a lot. They go through a lot. They have to. Yes, they do. But when they make a mistake, you punish them accordingly. And when you don't punish your own for breaking the code, which a civilian will be punished instantly, no question. Don't even need a trial. They're punished. They're guilty. When they caught red-handed, you punish them. Do the same to your own when they mess up. Then you will earn the respect of the community, because then they see that justice is fair on both sides. When a civilian mess up, they get punished. When an officer mess up, they get punished. It's fair. But let's be honest. Is this what happens? And let's be honest. The record proves and shows that this is not true. It's not fair. The data don't lie. The data is stacked against the justice system. when it comes to this scenario. But the justice system want to sell to you that our officers don't make mistakes. They don't make mistakes. That's what the justice system wants you to believe. So because that's their way of thinking that if we can show that we're not flawed and our judgment is sound, then the people will have to comply. But when you flawed, what's the reason for compliance? You won't comply when you know that a system is flawed. And the person who is judging you, interrogating you, could make a mistake, and your freedom or life can be taken because of their misjudgment. So this is why I say you have to get it right. You have to punish your own. And there won't be retaliation, because if you don't punish your own for breaking the same damn code that you arrest a civilian for, guess what? Somebody's going to take the law into their own hands. So you're promoting individuals to take the law in their own hands when justice gets it wrong. Is that right? Depending on the context. Everything has got to be looked through context. There's no right, no wrong in this world. What you say is right can be wrong under a certain context. So analyze the context. The context, this is why I empathize with the dude who did it. I don't condone it. Don't agree with it. But I empathize because I know from my own experience of police brutality. Think I have not run into a police officer? Do you not see my skin color? Am I not African American? What make you think that I won't encounter a police officer? Especially when you just let your hair grow, you just don't, and don't want to appear with American culture, you want to be clean cuttings and all that. That ain't who I am. I am who I am. I am an almighty being. So you can hate it or love it. I don't care, because I just don't care. I don't even have to put nothing to it. I don't care of your opinion. I don't live through you. I won't die because you think something negative of me. It's like I don't. Anyway. But, like I say, that's what happened. That's my honestly opinion. I feel as though those innocent 5 officers lost their lives because justice has failed to punish their own. And as a result, the people who have repeatedly been mistreated by police officers has hit their boiling point. They're tired. They're over. They're done. They have lost all hope for justice. Now, that right there brings me to a situation. We lose hope in the justice. So if we lose hope in justice, make you think that we will comply? You gotta be smoking some crack or something to think that you can mistreat someone and they will comply. They may comply for a while until they realize that the compliance is why they continuously being mistreated, because they're complying to it. They're complying to the mistreatment. And once it snaps into the brain and mind to say, it's compliance, which is why I'm constantly being mistreated. Let's break the compliance. We no longer comply. We now take justice into our own hands because we have lost all hope that you will ever punish your own when they do wrong. So we'll punish them for you. I don't condone killing officers. I don't condone it. I'm not part of no Black Lives movements or anything like that. Besides, the Black Lives movement, since all these people want to put their little 2 cents on all their hate group, hold up. Ku Klux Klan just recently had a rally, and the government allowed them, gave them a permit to openly spread their the hate message. The government gave them a permit. And now because Black Lives Matter peacefully protest and some crazy dude just in the crowds say, I'm fed up with you motherfuckers mistreating me. Here's revenge. Fucked up as it may be, I totally understand that shit. See, the problem with society is you always want to look from one angle. You got to be able to open up your mind to all 2 or 360 degrees and understand and connect the dots. Why is it that African Americans have so much dislike for police officers? We're not born out of our mother's wombs disliking police officers. It takes something to trigger that. And let's face it, justice, y'all have triggered that into the minds of African Americans, minorities, period. Doesn't matter. You're going to you trigger that into you planted that seed with all of your injustice and never punishing your own for their injustice, for their criminal actions. You don't punish your own, you protect your own. So why would you think differently that people in the community will start to protect their own? And then they'll turn against police officers. And then they start putting justice into their own hands. And then they'll start punishing your own officers because they know that you won't punish them. You won't punish your own. So condolences. I give my condolences out for those. I mean, for those 5 officers. They were innocent people. They didn't deserve to die. They didn't have to go out like that. Oh, brother, the brother man, he didn't have to do that. That was the wrong way of going about it. I don't, like I say, I repeat over and over and over again. I don't condone it, but I am truthful about what I say, and it's a double sword. So don't talk about one side of it and then not look at the other. You wanna, I can't. This is why what made me make this video, because I'm seeing that after these 5 officers had died, it's like it almost overshadowed all the police brutality that they continually do, which led up to that. The only reason why those 5 officers died is because of the 2 officers who killed 2 innocent people. It goes back full circle. If you can't see that, if you don't see, if those 2 officers did not commit those actions, there would not have been a rally anywhere in any state, anywhere on any state. That is all aftermath of the actions of those 2 officers killing 2 innocent people. Murder. Caught on tape. The world saw the shit. And the justice did not, and the world also saw that justice did not, once again, did not punish their own. Once again, did not punish their own for doing that. So it's an aftermath. That's why I say the blood of those 5 officers is at the hands of the justice system. More so than the dude who committed the act. Because the dude who committed the act was triggered by the injustice of the officers. He would not have done that if you would have simply punished your own. He would not have to have the thought of the audacity to want to even go out to come to that state of mind, which is the wrong state of mind. But you pushed them there. And I can sympathize with, and I can honestly empathize with that mindset. You can't do what you do in this fashion and don't think there won't be any repercussions. So, next time an officer blatantly misjudge and murder someone, whether it's intent or not, punish your own. Otherwise, some wacko's gonna otherwise you're gonna blow somebody's top and they're gonna retaliate. Is that justice? Is it justice? Is justice do we really have to sit here and honestly say that justice can only be handed down by the justice system, the government? Really? They don't punish their own. They live with them oxymoron, their contradiction to the justice system, to the code that they supposed to protect and uphold. So justice don't apply. So the law doesn't apply to government entities. Is that right? Is that what you're trying to say to us? If someone in government commits a crime, they're not punished. They're not subject to be punished. Is that what you want? Is that the message that you're trying to get out? Simply punish your own when they mess up. You won't have this situation. So, the more of it all, when officers fuck up, punish your own. This would then train officers not to use brutality, because by using such, they will be subject to the same code of justice. If an officer use aggressive force to someone who is not aggressive to them, that's an assault. And he should get an assault charge. Punish your own to the same standard which you will punish civilians for doing the exact same thing. If a civilian run a red light, he gets a ticket. If a cop run a red light, oh, he's a cop. He can do that. Don't do that. Don't set double standards. By setting double standards, you get what you got with Dallas, down here in Dallas. Again, I don't condone it, but I empathize. I can understand why it happened. That's the problem with society. Y'all act like y'all don't wish to understand. Y'all want to be ignorant to ignore the facts. And you want to spit one point of view. And that's not what this is all about. The reason why Black Lives Movement even came about is because the constant bombardment of police brutality being caught by so many different civilians of all angles of walk of life. Like, you know how many civilians caught this dude shooting cops? We live in a digital technology now. So things is getting caught now. There's no more working in the shadows. Shit is coming to light. And is enraging all people, not black people, not just Africans. It's enraging anybody who has a sense of righteousness. Because when person is vibrating on righteousness, any type of injustice will enrage them. Because I got enraged when I saw both actions. The dude who killed the cop enraged me. But then I thought about it like, I understand what you coming from, but nigga, you was a dumb motherfucker. Your point you didn't even make a point because you killed innocent cops. You didn't even kill the real motherfuckers. They still in the field, killing us. So you lost cause, you dumb motherfucker. But then it goes to the other side. You's a dumb motherfucker too. So fuck both of y'all. Sorry, I'm being blunt, but I don't care. You're a dope. If you're not a dope, don't watch this video. Get off of it. Because I spit some real shit. I spit some real shit, man. I don't give a damn whether you like it or not. But again, this is really, and this is thus far this whole 30 minutes I've been talking doesn't even scratch the true problem. The true problem is even bigger than that. But y'all not really ready to go. Y'all not really ready for that level because y'all can't even get past skin color. Before I can even get to you, before I can even drop that knowledge on you, excuse me, I have to first get y'all past this bullshit barrier of differences of seeing skin color and actually associating skin color with whatever you feel Hollywood has taught you about all nationalities. Cause that's where you really get your ideas from. Most of the shit. You get the shit from the television, which is ain't nothing but a hypnosis program, which is just y'all motherfuckers is just programmed. You programs believe that black people are criminals because you hear it in the rap songs and you watch videos and you watch the movies and not knowing that everybody on your goddamn television is playing a script. Theatrical. They playing a script. Someone wrote the script. They themselves don't live that lifestyle. They just actors, actors and actors, acting out a persona that they themselves don't adhere to. It's a script. And then they get you to want to play that role in real life, to be that persona and personify that, which makes you fake because you acting, because that ain't your real persona, but you trying to embrace a persona that you saw some actor play out. As soon as they cut, that actor transformed to a whole different being than the person who you saw them acting as. So many of y'all just programmed by television. I don't have a TV. You know what I'm saying? I get all of my news from at work because everybody just get to talking about it. Just blah 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 blah. Blah, did you hear this? Did you hear? I'm like, I don't really give a fuck because all y'all motherfuckers is dumb anyway. And many of y'all deserve the punishment that y'all get because y'all just too stupid. So I really don't bombard myself with it, but I just kind of wanted to just drop my 2 cents on it. Just wanted to share my thoughts about it and just looking at it from both sides of the view. I mean, just looking at it from both angles. I can understand why Black Lives Matter movement exists and all the other movements exist because they wish to see peace on earth. They wish to have they're promoting peace. You know, it was a peaceful protest before one individual decided to make an action. But then, just as this one individual that so many of y'all wish to say Black Lives Matter is the reasoning for this, then what is this? Then we also can turn to say that two police officers makes up the whole police force. So, do you really want to continue that argument to say that this one individual represents all the people of Black Lives Movement? Again, I don't follow that. I'm not part of that. But just as I just don't like the fact that you label these people as a hate group and you want to round them up down there like y'all trying to quarantine something. The fuck? Bitch? Don't you not know I would get mistaken for being a part of a Black Lives Movement because of what? Why? Something I can't do nothing about. I can just be there spectating and get caught up in the mix. Nonetheless, though, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what to really say about all of this stuff other than don't point the finger because it could be returned back easily. So if you say this one individual makes up the message of Black Lives Matters, well then those two officers makes up the whole entire police force, the whole justice system as a whole. So all police officers are racist pigs and all and whatnot. If you want to spit that rhetoric, that dumbass rhetoric, that's some ignorant ass rhetoric. That's some dumb ignorant ass shit. Just to let you know, for you to even think like that, some dumbass shit. But if you want to put it out there like that, trust me, I can, boom, like they say, it can be an eye for an eye. Don't start none, won't be nothing. Ain't that a saying too? Y'all started it. I mean, real talk, y'all started it. So that's how the movement came about. You gave birth to the movement. And when I say you, I'm really speaking about the justice system as a whole. The justice system created these people, these movements, because y'all refuse to punish your own. You have no problem punishing civilians, but you will not punish your own. And as a result, civilians decide to punish them for you. In the same matter which of the same manner which they conducted the crime. So that's really about it all I really want to say right now. There's a lot more I could put onto it, but I'll just leave it at that. Go.